Welcome to all of my students in today's mentoring session. And we'll be starting today's mentoring session as usual with the weekly sectoral analysis. And we have the charts of Nifty futures in front of us. On the right hand side, I'll be sharing with you the higher time frame charts, which will be the monthly and the weekly time frame chart. And on the left hand side, I have the daily chart. So as usual, I'll be starting first with the Nifty futures chart. And in the monthly time frame, I think it is very, very visible. I don't need to say much that the trend is up, but overall we are consolidating. And we can see very small candles and overall prices just going up and down, up and down. So it means clearly that it has been long since we are in consolidation zone, at least since October, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, since 6, 7 odd months, we have been consolidating up and down. And if you want to see the same thing in the lower time frame charts, you can see over here, down, up, down, again, same thing is happening, nothing much. In the weekly time frame chart also, I think same thing is visible over here. Just couple of days back when we had a very good bounce back. Actually, just before today's opening, I think when I was watching the charts early morning, I thought something interesting was getting developed in the market. But today's gap down opening, I think it literally, distorted the charts very badly. Probably if we had a close above, say, 17,500 or 17,520, then probably things would be more interesting even in the next coming week or so. But I think now that's not in our control. What will happen in the market, we just have to accept what prices are trying to give to us. And overall, if you see, markets are choppy, and especially in this current week, we have a high wave candle. High wave candles generally are more potent when they are visible either on the high or either on the low, because the understanding part of the high wave candle is that overall markets are overstretched in a particular direction. Say, for example, the trend is up and prices are near a resistance area, and if we have a high wave candle, it means that the market is overstretched on the upside. In case the same candle, if it is visible on the downside, then it means that the market is overstretched on the downside and it is possibly due for a small or a big bounce back. But this, I think it is visible in the middle of a trend. So I would conclude that overall prices are choppy. The trend is flat in the weekly time frame, and so is the trend in the daily chart also flat. You can see last 5 days prices have just been going up and down, absolutely nowhere. So in case if we had a close above 17,500 or 520, things could be probably different, and we could have inched forward probably near 17,600 or 700 also. But that as of now is out of our control, and currently we are absolutely range bound within the range of, say, 17,500, and on the downside possibly 16,850 or something. So in case if we close below 16,850 or something, then possibly a new range will come up in front of us, and maybe some downside levels will be visible. But as of now, we are pretty much range bound. So the main thing over here is to preserve your capital, trade as less as possible. And if you see a particular trade in a particular stock, try to correlate it with other stocks, that are other stocks in the same sector moving in the same direction or not. If not, try to avoid, or possibly if you want to take that trade, the best way is to deploy only 50% of your position sizing. So in case if you make money, you will be making lesser money. If you lose money, you will be losing lesser money. So this is the time to preserve your capital rather than, going aggressive in the trading right now. All right. Now we'll check the Bank Nifty futures. Bank Nifty futures this week, just before today's day, they were looking very impressive. Impressive in the sense they were not underperforming that much in terms of, they also had a very big support band. If you see in Nifty futures, we have a very thin support band. I think this support band is only of 20 points, 16,000 900 to 16,880. In comparison to that, Bank Nifty future does have a very thick support band, but still with today's close, I think some serious selling has happened in Bank Nifty futures. And probably if we close below this particular support band, which is 35,540 or something, and if we sustain below that, we'll be seeing lower levels. But till that time, I think we are still range bound in the market, because overall, if you see, yes, this is a big red candle, I can agree with that. But overall, if you see in the daily chart, prices are like this day we had a gap down, then next day we probably did a little bit on the upside, and then we went down. Again, we had a gap up. Again, the prices went up. Again, we are now down. So basically, overall, if you see the prices, they're just trading within a range. Again, not a very good time to trade, and stay as light as possible until and unless you don't see a consistent move of the price in a particular direction. Private banks. Private banks are also into the consolidation zone. Mostly they are near 38% Fibonacci retracement. We have one more 50% retracement. I'll just try to highlight that area so you can understand. This is the first and this is the second one. You can see a lot of clusters over here. So yes, there are supports, but overall, again, we are consolidating. If you look at stocks like ICICI Bank, these are one of the stocks which are looking a little bit stronger in the daily chart, but again, they have started doing some sort of consolidation movement. So is Axis Bank. Axis Bank is also one of the stronger charts currently in the private banking chart. So with today's move, I think the trend has gone flat and some sort of consolidation will be happening over here also. Now in the PSU banking space. In the PSU banking space, what has happened is the PSU banks have been able to clear this first resistance. If you remember, I think I had placed this line over here for many weeks. I had clearly told that if we have a close above this line, this will be the first sign that the PSU banks are trying to rally higher. And this is the second level, a support band, which resistance band, which I had shared in the weekly chart. So I told that we need a close even above this particular band. And exactly from that level, prices have come down and they have retraced. No doubt we do have a 50% retracement. We do have some sort of high volume move over here. So there is a possibility that we do have a very strong support over here. But again, stocks need to wait over here. They need to consolidate over here and then probably move higher. Just because there is a support, you just cannot go and, press the buy button and start buying confidently all the stocks, because if the trend is supposed to be going down, if the prices are supposed to be going down, no supports are going to hold on. All right. So yes, I do agree. We do have a very strong support zone over here, but I guess we need to wait and watch and see what happens. In case if the price bounces and goes higher, again, I think we'll be seeing some good performance by the PSU banks. But again, this needs to be seen and you need to wait with patience. Don't be impatient and don't jump onto a trade. I think similar sort of chart is visible in Canada Bank also. I think it wasn't able to surpass this resistance 250, which I had shared, I think, couple of weeks back. So we are at a support over here. No doubt we can see a cluster. So in case if we bounce back, hopefully, and if we close above this level 250, 251, then I think the real rally will start. Until and unless that doesn't happen, we cannot do anything about it. Metal packs. Metal pack, I think overall, I would say that the trend is very strong in metal packs. Only one thing which I had noticed today, that this is not a very strong hanging man, certainly not, because the wick is not very, very long, but we need to be little bit vigilant in the metal pack also, that we do have a small hanging man and then we have a small big red candle closing below the lows of this hanging man. So I think if the sector is very, very strong, probably they will try to correct a little bit further, or they will try to consolidate. within this zone and probably try to head higher. If this happens, I think you will be able to fancy your chances for swing trades in stocks like Tata Steel, in JSW Steel, Jindal Steel and Power, possibly the stocks which are already are at a higher rate. All right. But again, just because it is available at a support band or something, this is not a good time to buy. This is also not a good way to trade. Just because if the stock is available at a support, don't try to buy the stock. Let the stock bounce back. Let the stock give a breakout. Then you can jump in and initiate your trade. Because sometimes, when panic selling happens, if you see today's day, I think in late afternoon, I saw just within 5 minutes or 7 minutes, I think Nifty, Bank Nifty futures, they literally crashed like anything. Just, I think that sort of order is generally a basket order by institutions. Generally, I don't go into these things, but generally when this type of selling happens, the supports can be broken very, very easily. So don't try to do anything fancy. Follow all the rules. Let the price bounce from here, go higher, show its strength, then do your trades. Otherwise, don't. Just stay put. Autopack, once again, I think it's trying to keep its neck out. Last time, I think it tried on 5th of April. That time I had told that something interesting is getting developed over here. Then it went up, came down. It gave a false breakdown on the downside. And now again, it's trying to go up. But again, this is not a complete breakout. I think it needs to surpass and close above this particular resistance band. A couple of stocks which have been, able to impress me is one is Maruti. One is Maruti, certainly. I think it needs to close above this particular candle with a very big green candle. If this thing happens, I think the charts will start looking attractive for a positional trade. You can keep this particular stock in watch. All right. And one more stock, according to me, is Tata Motors. Tata Motors as of now is certainly not looking very, very attractive. I completely agree with you. It is more or less, it is range bound. On the upside, it is capped at 473 or probably at 462. And on the downside, this is the support. But once, I guess, if we have again a big breakout, and it will take few days to happen. If you have a big breakout, a big green candle above this particular zone, then probably some good things will be happening in Tata Motors. Just keep this particular stock in your list of stocks also. Finance, I think last week, probably I had told that this particular index looks attractive for swing trades. And the reason was the overall trend was up and they had come back. And this is the similar sort of case which happened in metals just before. Sometimes I told you, just because if a stock is available at a support, buying over there is absolutely waste of time and it is also foolish. Similar thing is in finance. Just because if a particular stock is available at a support, never buy. So you can see prices did retrace. They did test the support. Imagine if someone had bought over here at support, what will happen? Prices will go down and your stops will get triggered. So you need to wait and understand and respect that, yes, trend is up and we have a support, but prices need to bounce and give a breakout. After the breakout, you go and press the buy button, not otherwise. All right. So now what has happened? Prices have closed below the support area now. And I guess there is one more smaller support somewhere over here at 16,448 or possibly the low of this candle. Once this will be broken, you will see a very faster fall in this particular sector. It will be very, very fast. IT pack. IT pack, I think overall it is weak, especially the monthly chart. It is looking very dangerous. All right. Weekly chart, it clearly shows that some sort of hammer has been made up. And you can see generally we don't have many gaps in the weekly chart, but we do have one over here. So probably prices will try to bounce back. They will try to go higher. And even in Infosys, if you see, I had shared the same thing yesterday in my Nifty short-term view video, that we do have some sort of inside bar candle over here, and then we have a breakout, and similar thing is visible in the IT pack index chart over here. Probably the prices will try to go higher and try to close down this particular gap. It will be very, very difficult. It's not going to be easy because overall selling pressure is, because it's not that just IT pack is coming down and the entire market is still very strong. It's not that. Entire market is trying to come down right now. So, and it is a basket selling done by FII. So when you have such sort of selling happening, it's not generally very easy for the price to bounce back. But still, I think IT will try to bounce back. And if they're not successful, maybe they will just try to consolidate over here, and what will happen is moving averages will come down. They'll test the price, and maybe after that we'll come to know what happens. But as of now, it's oversold, trend is down, and maybe a small bounce can happen. But as all of you know that I'm not a person who trades bounce backs. Pharma pack. Pharma pack was looking okay. It was looking decent enough, especially the stock of Sun Pharma. This was looking pretty decent. Even Dr. Reddy was looking okay, but today's absurd move, I think it has distorted all of the charts. And Dr. Reddy, actually first it needs to close and sustain above this level. This has not happened. Sun Pharma was looking pretty okay, but with today's downfall, I think even the charts of Sun Pharma have got distorted, at least for today. So I think we need to wait and watch and see what happens in the next couple of days. We'll understand, because in the weekly time frame chart, the trend is flat, and now even in the daily chart, the trend is completely flat. So we need to wait and watch and see what happens. In case if they bounce again from the support band, and then if they try to go higher, then we need to pay attention to these stocks once again. FMCG pack. FMCG pack is one of the strongest packs right now, and after that possibly could be the consumption pack. And in this particular sector, we need to pay attention to ITC. ITC is a very strong stock currently. I think this is one of the stock on which everyone was laughing, but now today this stock along with Reliance, they're trying to support the market. In case if you see any sort of correction, any sort of profit booking or consolidation, start immediately concentrating on the stock. Keep it in your watch list. You may find your a big swing trade in this particular stock. Till now, we have not been able to successfully be able to find a swing trade because the trend is so strong that the stock is not retracing very, it's not giving a very big retracement. The retracements which are happening are very, very small. So we need a pretty big retracement or big consolidation. If the consolidation is also big enough, I think the volatility will come down, and then we'll be able to see a big upswing in the stock. Real estate pack. Real estate pack, according to me, the trend is flat in the weekly and in the daily chart. And the prices can literally feel the pressure from this trend line resistance. Although the prices have not tested this particular resistance, but they can sense that yes, there is some sort of resistance over here. I think it's no one's guess if there is some sort of bounce back from the support band, and if the prices move higher, they will have to first try and close above this resistance, and then only we'll be able to take some decision. And in case if they close below the support band, I think we'll see a down move happening in the real estate stocks. Consumption pack. Consumption pack has suddenly started looking very, very attractive. You can see prices are going up. We do have a very good candle even over here also. And we do have a sort of trend line breakout in the RSI also. So overall things are looking well. And this sector looks really good for a swing trade. And one stock which I had shared yesterday in my Nifty short-term view, I would like to share again, because we don't have so many stocks to share, because mostly all of the stocks are very, very range bound. But yes, nevertheless, this stock is looking strong. I think if it starts moving above 750, swing traders should start looking at this stock. But I think you'll need to time this entry in a shorter term time frame chart, maybe hourly or something like that. And if it closes above 760, probably it could move much higher. Mid-cap stocks, mid-cap index. Mid-cap index, I think overall it is looking fine, but there could be some sort of consolidation going on in next few days in this particular index. All right. So I hope this video, especially people who are watching it on YouTube, I hope this video helps you and you people understand what's going to happen in the market in next few days. Trade well, stay safe. Thank you.